Hey Spectrum, it's Preston.
And Ellie, welcome back to our Short Noise News.
We hope everyone had a great spring break.
We're sad it's over, but glad to start reporting again.
We have a few short stories to share with you today, so listen up.
Our first story is on Future of Education by Belle and Isaac.
Take it away, team.
With the school year and COVID winding down, a question that's been on a lot of people's minds lately is, where is education going to go from here?
Where do you think education is going?
I see of it education evolving into a system or multiple systems that are aimed at really being able to meet the needs of a lot of diverse learners.
But I think you're going to have online components at most schools, not all, and that might not even be the best thing either, but it's certainly where it's going. Some students do really well online, some students do poorly. And when they have a choice and it's not working out, they need to think about where they need to be.
With an education as complicated as the one we have now, there are bound to be a couple problems, and with those problems, a couple solutions.
You know, even when I was in high school, which was over 20 years ago now, I think back and it really was a one-size-fits-all type solution for everyone, where if you didn't conform to the typical public school and what was happening in it, and you weren't meeting the standards that and the expectations that were set forth for you, you were not going to make it. You were not going to be successful.
But when I was younger, I think there were more options for the trades, and so many schools focus on college prep, which is a good thing. But that leaves some students behind that are more mechanical in nature, and there's lots of money to be made in those fields.
Isabel Dillon offers her student perspective on the topic.
Do you think the current learning model, as in COVID, us going back, but some people are there, does that support your needs as a student?
I would believe so. I mean, I like having one-on-one with teachers instead of, just being like online and then showing us through presenting. I think that's a little bit hard for me just to grasp the subject, So I definitely like being in school rather than being online because it just makes me understand more.
Mental health is a big part of education, especially for us students.
Has learning impacted your mental health at all?
Yeah, I definitely would say so. I mean, I wasn't like the happiest, let's say, a year ago when COVID started, I don't think anybody was, but I definitely think like some teachers have reached out and shown that they care to me, and like that's not just learning, but that's like teachers having feelings.
Education has changed a lot over the years and will continue to change for years to come. This has been Belle and Isaac, Noise News.
Really interesting story, guys.
We have one more for you guys today.
Our last story is on movie theaters reopening by Caleb and Ruby.
Let's throw it over to them.
I'm honestly really excited for the movie theaters to open back up.
With the state loosening its COVID restrictions, movie theaters are opening back up.
I love seeing movies with my family and friends, and I really missed it, and getting to eat popcorn and watch the movies in the theater with other people and see other people's reactions to the movies.
While students are excited for the reopening, they hope that everyone still follows COVID guidelines.
I hope there's social distance and still make you wear masks, because otherwise school's gonna get shut down again.
It depends on how they mandate stuff. If they keep masks up and stuff like that, then I don't think it's gonna be a problem. Honestly, at this point, I think it's dying down because of the vaccine and stuff like that.
Because the theaters are opening back up, that means that there are some new movies to go see in April and May. In April, we have Black Widow, Mortal Kombat, and Late Night in Soho. In May, we have Cruella, Peter Rabbit 2, Infinite, and Fast and Furious 9. This has been Ruby and Caleb, Noise News.
That was a really good story, guys.
Now let's throw it over to Isaac with sports.
Oh, hey Spectrum, I didn't see you come in. Isaac here with some sports for this week, so let's get straight into it. On Tuesday, golf practices from 3:30 to 5:30 at the SHS golf course. Same thing on Wednesday and Thursday. Speaking of Thursday, track has a varsity meet at Rockford at 4 o'clock, and Friday, JV and varsity track meets in Eden Prairie at 3:30. Boys varsity basketball has a game here at Spectrum against Onamia, and girls JV and varsity softball has games against Howard Lake at 4:30. Then on Saturday at 10, girls varsity softball has a game at the athletic complex versus North Lakes Academy. That's all the sports we have for you this week, Spectrum. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys had a good spring break.
Oh, I like it. It's fun.
Great sports, guy.
That's all the news we have for today, Spectrum.
Welcome back from spring break.
This has been Ellie
And Preston, keeping you
in on the noise.
Awesome.
Hello?
Yep, we're good. Right and set.
That was a great story, guys.
Now let's throw
Ooh, close.
That's all the sports we have for today, Spectrum.
all the sports.
We are so close.
Welcome back from spring break. This has been Ellie